Junior Open 120cc's is now out on track for their final for the Victorian Championship. As we'll get these drivers formed up, side-by-side formation. Now, a little rumor in the pits. Apparently, we might be doing a 4 wide, if I'm not mistaken. Now, I'm not sure if this was confirmed yet or not. So we're going to go green with 20 laps on the board to crown a Victorian champion for the Junior Open 120s, and we're on the way. Good start for Leo Tancredi out in front. Claypool running that P2 spot as the 92 machine of Phoebe Belk is around in corner number 2, and the amber lights will blink on. Sophie Van Ginnigan has stopped in the early stages of the front straightaway. So we'll form them back up side-by-side formation, still with 20 laps on the board. As the field looks to be set. Let's go one more time around. The yellow flag has been put away and the green flag is about to be waving for 20 laps. Tancredi with a good start. Dusty Eastham and Sophie Van Ginnigan get together, and the 72 machine of Leo Parsons is caught up in the corner number 1 and 2, and amber lights will blink on once again. So let's try this one again. 20 laps still on the board. So roll into corner number 3 and out of 4. We're back underway. Tancredi gets another good start off the bottom. Clay slots into P2. Jordan Larry trying to get past us. We got the 77 around. That'll be Josie Chippendale, and Lacey Mitchell has stopped in the middle of 3 and 4. I bet you these kids would be saying, come on, let's get some racing laps in. Still without a lap completed so far. It's still Tancredi and Paul, which is your front two. Goes back to Easton and Larry. Let's try this one again. Tancredi and Paul. Very even start. Dusty got the best start. Up the inside. Try to go past the number 4 of Claypool. In a 3 and out of 4. Do we all get through safely? Yes, we do. 1 lap down, 19 laps to run. Leo Tancredi out in front. Claypool running in that P2 spot. Dusty Easton still sitting in that P3. Jordan Laurie still running in P4. It's got Jack O'Brien right on his back bumper for position number 4. All single lane around Lane Speedways. Ollie Roycroft goes a little bit wide as around goes the 96 of Charlie Simpson, and they will bring on the amber lights. We're 3 laps down and 4 laps down, my apologies, and 16 laps to go. So Simpson just seesawing the wheel, just checking to see if the steering is A-OK for the 96. So single file restart with 17 laps to go. Simpson in the 96. Joins the tail end of the field. Now we're getting the 1 to go signal. As here we go. Tancredi to lead them away. From Claypool, Dusty Easton. That's your podium place getters. So fast, we're back on the green. And a 1 or 2, Tancredi leads them away. Claypool is feeling a little bit of pressure from Dusty Easton as here comes Jack O'Brien up the inside of John Laurie. He gets it across the line. Moves Jack up into position number 4. Good move for the number 23 machinist. Dusty Easton is slowly starting to reel in the fishing line for Claypool. 15 laps to go. As now they will turn to 14 as Clay gets a little bit sideways. This will allow Dusty to close in ever so slightly. The Midwest Imports, number 88, is tracking down the MTT number 4. Up the front of Simpson is around again, bangs the wheel in anger, and he's taken the gloves off. As Charlie Simpson will pull it infield in the 96. Oh, you gotta feel for these kids, Charlie Simpson. Yeah. It's a big day for these kids, no doubt. And Charlie Simpson showing a lot of emotions on what this day means to him. As we're back to green flag racing with 14 laps to go. Down at Bash Radio they work through 3 and out of 4. They'll come around with 13 laps to go as Edward Miles has stopped at the entry corner number 1 and 2. So Edward Miles, Fast Eddie, will pull it infield in the 36. So here we go. Tancredi still leaning away, gets in the thrust, and back on the power. Gets a good start, Claypool a little bit sideways. That allows Dusty Easton to have a look up the inside. Track's starting to get tricky now. These guys are going to have to try and rotate the wheel as much as possible. Still Tancredi out in front. Claypool running that P2 spot. Dusty Easton, Jack O'Brien. The battle is on for P2. Second, third and fourth separated by 4 tenths. This is getting interesting as Dusty had a look to the outside of Claypool, had a little look. Down about trailer they work. Dusty still looking at that number 4 tail tank. He'll want to get past that number 4 tail tank and set his sights on Leo Tancredi out in front. Clay runs a little bit wide coming out of corner number 2. In the 3 and out of 4. Tancredi puts the 92 of Phoebe Balker lap down. Claypool, Dusty Easton and Jack O'Brien have the 92 to encounter as well. Claypool using the inside as he rotates the wheel, getting past a few lap cars. Dusty Easton has been held back by Balker a little bit. O'Brien moves his way through as well. They've got Joji Chippendale and Chaz McKenzie coming up as we've got one around. Sophie Van Ginningen and Amber Lights will blink on with 7 laps to go. Ooh, that second, third and fourth battle was just brewing in lap traffic. We know lap traffic can slow a lot of the fast drivers down and cause a little bit of chaos. So still with 7 laps to go. 8 laps to go, my apologies. Leo Tancredi still out in front. Claypool still running very solid in P2. Dusty Easton in P3. Jack O'Brien in P4. And Jordan Larry rounds out your top 5. So yellow flag has been put away. We're back to green. And we will go yellow once again. Field not quite set. So we're going to go again. Tancredi sideways coming out of corner number 4 on the restart. Loses a little bit of ground, but it has a mega pull away from Claypool into number 4. Eastham is still hunting that number 4 machine down. So coming down the front straight away. Over the little bump. Here comes Eastham. Claypool just got a little bit loose. Coming out of corner number 2. As they cross the line, they'll have 6 laps to go. Tancredi still running very solid out in front. The TSL Tancredi Motorsports number 1 goes back to the MTT. Greenwood Master number 4 Claypool and a Midwest Imports Super Balance number 88 of Dusty Easton. That's your top 3. They've got a Penrite Oil sponsor number 23 of Jack O'Brien. Still behind them, Claypool defending for his life for Dusty Easton as we have 3 laps to go. Leo Tancredi was just about to catch lap traffic, but Nikki Chippendale, Ollie Roycroft and Shaylee Walters have come together at mid point in 3 and 4. So Shaylee Walters will take her position behind Ollie Roycroft. So here we go, back to green flag racing with 4 laps to go. Lads will start to wind down. Tancredi still out in front. Easton has a good run and coming out corner number 2. Working through 3 and out of 4 with 3 laps to go. Roycroft is starting to reel in Lacey Mitchell further back in the pack. Parsons is going to try and have a go at Jordan Larry for that P5 spot. 2 laps to go for Leo Tancredi as he works down the back straightaway. In at 3 and out of 4. White flag for Leo Tancredi. Dusty Easton gives Clay a bit of a push. Clay having to rotate the wheel, but in the 3 out of 4, Leo Tancredi will win the Victorian Championship. Second will go to Clay Paul. Third will go to Dusty Easton. Fourth to Jack O'Brien and 5th to Jordan Larry. Leo Parsons finishes in 6th, Lacey Mitchell 7th, Ollie Roycroft 8th, Shaylee Walters 9th, Sophie Van Ginnigan rounds out the top 10, Nikki Chippendale in P11, Chaz McKenzie in P12, Josie Chippendale in P13, Phoebe Belk in P14, Edward Miles and Charlie Simpson rounds out the field. So after a few attempts, Leo Tancredi has confirmed the Victorian title winner for the Open 120cc's. As he'll get the checker flag in hand as well. As Leo gets a checker flag in hand. I believe it's back to back for Leo Tancredi. And now there was only one.